Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of April 5th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else, and be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Taurus, keep in mind that this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. I've already released those readings, and I will pin yours at the end of this video in case you missed it. But the tarot card of the week reading is intended to be a question that source wants you to go within, ponder, consider, so you can make a decision that is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Taurus collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for the Taurus collective for the week of April 5th, 2026? What is the tarot card of the week here for Taurus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you see a cat walking around in the background, that's Samuel. So your tarot card for the week, the Five of Wands. What needs to be addressed in this conflict that has arisen? At the bottom of the deck, we have King of Pentacles. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. What situation in your life is bringing you financial wealth and stability? Okay. Tell me why the Five of Wands is here for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Why is this their tarot card of the week? What needs to be addressed in this conflict that has arisen? Tell me more about this here, please, for Taurus for the week of April 5th, 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, Page of Swords, Three of Cups. Oh my God. Death card, Magician, Eight of Cups, and the Devil. Taurus, what are you dealing with, my love? Okay. Tell me about the Seven of Swords here for Taurus. Tell me about the Seven of Swords here for Taurus. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Hermit, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Okay, the Six of Pentacles just showed itself, so we'll leave that there. Clarify the Ace of Swords here, please, for Taurus. Clarify that Ace of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. That's a lot, but that is what flipped over. Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords. Are there two cards there or one? I believe there are two. Nope, just one. The Strength card, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, Taurus, you have a person here in your life that there's a cycle here that continues to repeat with this person. They could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. There's a cycle here that keeps repeating. It's been going on for a long time with this person, possibly for up to the last 7 years. There's a truth here that you've been wanting to say to this person about their behavior, or the way that you feel rejected by them, or you feel neglected, or you feel abandoned by them, but you choose not to. And I think you're choosing to not say anything because you're trying to avoid conflict. It's like you don't want to call this person out. This could be your boss. This could be your landlord. You know, it could be a friend, family member, lover. It's clearly someone of importance to you because you don't want conflict with them. But you keep suppressing what you feel every time this person speaks to you this way, or betrays you, or lies to you. I don't know what that Seven of Swords behavior is, but I see here that you have love or respect or admiration for this person, but you keep to yourself. It's kind of like when this person does this to you, you shut down in the Hermit energy, you suppress it, and then it's like you try to nourish yourself or nurture yourself and pour into yourself in that Ace of Cups because you feel abandoned or rejected or isolated by this person. But your message here for this week is this situation will not change. Like nothing changes if nothing changes. And so if you want to have some kind of movement with this person, then it would be required of you to actually communicate, hey, I want to get along with you, Three of Cups. I want us to celebrate. I want us to, be great coworkers or friends, or maybe for some of you, it's a love partner. But if you're not expressing to this person what it is that you desire from them, or how you feel because of what they do to you, or how they speak to you, or how they treat you, the connection will not change. There'll be no transformation. The Death card in Tarot is a transformation. It talks about an ending and a new beginning. So you can be breadcrumbed by this person. One day they speak nicely to you, the next day they don't. It seems like very erratic behavior. You know, one day they're loyal, the next day they betray you. One day they're honest with you, the next day they lie to you. And I feel like Even if for some of you, you're like, you know what, this is a past person, Jen, and I don't deal with them anymore. There's still something within you then, my dear, that you have to go within and ask yourself, why didn't you confront them? Because there's still a lesson there for you. And you, if you don't address it, even if you don't want to address it with them, if you don't address it within yourself or heal that wound within yourself, then you're going to allow someone else, another friend, family member, lover, et cetera, to treat you that way because you have like conditioned yourself over time to suppress and self-nurture yourself when this person behaves this way. And there's something here about you being able to speak up and tell this person, look, I want us to be a couple. I want us to be a family. I want this to be a great work environment. But I feel like crap every time you talk to me this way or you treat me this way. And again, for those of you where this person is no longer in your life, there's something here about going within and healing that wound. Why did I put up with that for so long? Why didn't I call that person out on it? Why didn't I confront it? Could it be because you feared abandonment or you feared rejection, even worse than what that person was making you feel like? And maybe for some of you, that Page of Swords, this goes back to childhood. These readings tend to be deep, like I was telling Aries. So if it's not your reading, don't worry about it. Just check another placement. But for those of you where this is resonating, there is something you want to say to someone here. Again, for some type of behavior. Tell me about that Death card. Tell me about the transformation here. So I don't think this is a financial read for you, unless this is someone at work, okay? But I think for the majority of you, you could feel like, well, if I spoke up to this person, if I really stepped into that King of Pentacles and owned my power and stood in my power, I'm afraid that it might rock the stability of my life. Like this person may break up with me. They may divorce me. My parents may not talk to me again. My boss may fire me. Tell me about that Death card. One more shuffle. Clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So again, we have that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. So you have a potential. Now, this person could turn around and tell you to go walk. They could. But one or two things will happen here. You'll say nothing, and this will never change. Or you speak your truth, and this person recognizes their behavior, and they correct it, and the two of you go on to have a very fruitful and harmonious connection, regardless of who they are to you. Or you move on without them because they tell you, you know what, F you, can't believe you're saying this to me. And you move on and you still have a harmonious life without them in it. But this Nine of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles only comes about when you speak up in that Queen of Swords. And it may be with this person, it may not be. But you're not going to be able to change the situation by keeping quiet. At least that's the message here this week. So yeah, it might go south with this person. Actually, let's draw some cards for you. It might go south. The Sun card to the Hangman. It's like this person might actually get it. Something might actually, register within them, and they'll start behaving appropriately or treating you better or treating you more fairly at work or being more honest with you in the relationship. Or like I said, that Death card could just mean you're going to, they'll sever or you'll sever the connection with them, but at least you can go on and find your peace and happiness and stability elsewhere. You're just not going to find in this connection unless you say something. You have a better chance of achieving what you want in this connection by speaking up than by keeping quiet. How would this person react if Taurus actually spoke up? How would this person react? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Four of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. For some of you, this person may walk away. They might do the introspection in that Four of Swords and then realize in that Two of Pentacles that they can't be the person that you need them to be. And Five of Pentacles to the Six of Swords, this person might move on. They might say to you, you're absolutely right. I've been betraying you or cheating on you, or I speak to you unfairly, and I don't know if I can change. That Two of Pentacles, it's up in the air. I could try, but if I don't, I understand why you would want to find another job, or if you want to separate, or if you don't want to talk to me anymore. So yeah, you have a 50-50 here. Not going to lie to you. You have a 50-50 shot here. For some of you, this person might say, I'm going to try, but I think they're going to be honest with you, though. They're going to say, I may not be able to be the person that you need me to be. And if you need to move on, I understand. And for others of you, this person's not even going to say they're going to try. They're just going to say, I'm out. I can't do that. Or I have a lot on my plate. It's possible for some of you, if this is a romantic partner, they're juggling you with someone else, and they might tell you that. They might own up to that Two of Pentacles, if that's what's happening here. Please don't accuse your person of that if you don't know that. So yeah, this can go one of three ways for you, Taurus. You can say nothing. This person will continue to treat you this way or do this behind your back, whatever's occurring here. And you will continue to sit absolutely miserable in this, we'll call it connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. Or you can roll the dice and you have a 50-50 shot. They're either going to do their best to show up better, to be more honest, and to speak to you as someone who deserves their respect, or they're going to walk away from you and you will find someone else who will treat you with the respect you deserve. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here, please, for Taurus. But there's no stability here in this situation. And I think you're fooling yourself by assuming that if you stay quiet, you know, you can keep the peace. There is no peace within you, though, when this person treats you this way. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 5 of Pentacles. This is only advice. The Magician to the Star card. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. It's only advice. You can actually turn this around a bit by telling this person, when you speak to me this way, or you do this behind my back, or I know what you've been doing behind my back, and when you do that, because the Magician energy is mercurial, right? That's Mercury, communication. Mercury rules communication. When you do that, or you behave that way, you talk to me that way, you make me feel isolated or abandoned or neglected or unwanted or unappreciated. And I'm willing to heal this connection with you. I'm willing to give it an honest try, but you can't do that to me anymore. If you continue to behave that way or speak to me that way, I'm out. You could actually give this person the notice. 4 of Pentacles, the Sun card, and 3 of Pentacles. I could walk away. I'm going to speak my truth. And that Ace of Swords, I want to heal this with you, but if you continue to engage in that behavior, I'll abandon you. I'll walk away from you, and I'll move on, and I'll heal. But I can't stay here if you continue to behave that way. That's only advice. You do what you will. That is what I have for you, Taurus, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, have some grace with yourself. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.